Actually going to be streaming today. I was not given any heads up, any sort of notice. Normally when I sign up, there is a way for me to tell that I am streaming. But unfortunately, I was not given that notice, so I had no idea. So we're just going to skip the countdown straight up and get right into the games. I am spectating Beta versus Pincer today. I'm going to get my Discord notifications out. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit awkward here. I apologize for the first part of the stream, and that is because, yeah, I wasn't given any real time to prepare. I was just kind of sitting here seeing if I would have something or not, and so here I am. Yo, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, SL guys, to have you here. Alright, yep, just kind of waiting at this point. I've got my Discord stuff ready, so now I guess we can just wait and take a look at who is lined up here. Looks like we've got an interesting lineup from Team Pincer right from the start. We're on the map Normandy. I know you guys can't see the entire training room just because of the screen. Now I have it set up, but we are on Normandy if you couldn't tell from the mini-map here. Beta will be on the north spawn, and Pincer in the south. Right now it looks like Beta doesn't have all their players in, although they have a spectator, so they have at least 6 here at the moment that we can tell. And Pincer's got all their tanks ready. Right away we're seeing double TVPs, which is very interesting. Sorry, just taking care of some Discord stuff. Sorry about that. I had to take care of some Discord stuff. Okay, we're all good. We're live. And it looks like we've got 7 players in on both teams, which is great. This is something that we didn't see last time we did PYS. It was Doomed versus MM, and Doomed didn't have all 7 players for their first game. We got about a minute before the game start here. We can go over the lineups really quickly. Looks like Beta is taking a light tank for now. Yes, they are going to have a light tank. Triple Yo, sorry. 1 Kron, 2 IS4. I started saying Kronvon and Yo at the same time. It was very awkward. Quad Yos from Team Pincer, 1 Kronvon, and the double TVP, which is a very interesting take. I'm not entirely sure how they plan on using it. You could do some sort of crazy beach strat. I really don't know. But I am curious to see what goes on here. Those tanks are probably likely to be used together, very close to each other. I don't know exactly how they would be used, though. I'm curious to see how it goes. And yeah, a very heavy lineup for both sides here, as usual with the meta, but Pincer running 2 medium tanks is going to be a bit lighter. They also have an extra Yo, though. Again, we're loving the Yo meta here, guys. Make sure I'm readied up. We are. We're good. I should probably turn on some music as well. I haven't done that yet. I was in a kind of a panic here. We're good. Let's see. Alright, should have some music. Hopefully it is audible. And here we are. Game 1. Pincer versus Beta here. Looks like someone on Beta is muted right away, which is rather interesting. And let's get into the skies here and see how everything goes. My FPS is looking a little bit low. Normally it's 120. Right now it's only rocking at 50, but I guess we'll just have to make do with that. Beta is going to be making a play towards the decap. So will Pincer, so we're going to see a little bit of a clash here. The Vickers Light spotting a couple tanks here, gets a quick one into caps. Also looks like Beta is going to have the advantage for cap for now, but the TVP making an extremely aggressive play. Is it going to be worth it? The Kronvon and the Yo here are both ready to punish. Reaction going to be taking some major hits here. He's going to go down instantly. This was a very risky strat from Pincer, and it does not seem to pay off. They get taken down right away. Down an entire tank, a very risky strat here. Don't exactly know what was going on here. What the plan was, of course it was to get a reset on D, but did they not expect anyone else to be in the D area? Pincer is now down an entire tank. I also realize I haven't done any Discord pings. I'll have to take care of those after this game. Beelzebub taking a couple hits here, but Beta is going to push their advantage. Some of Pincer is a little bit spread out. Caps, of course, being completely isolated, and Beta's just going to go for a full push here. Things are already not looking good for Pincer. I don't want to count them out just yet, but they're down an entire tank. Their hit points are definitely behind here. They're going to be down 2 tanks now. Jody and Hinekami doing the best that they can to support, but they're a little bit far away. Erect and Spyro, both far away. Blueberry's the next target. Beta is just all over Blueberry here. He's going to be the next to go down, and this is a complete steamroll here. Pincer is still keeping the hit points relatively close, but in terms of guns, it is 7-4. The damage is quickly going to swing in Team Beta's favor if Pincer doesn't pick off a few kills here. Skynet and Otaki are both low on hit points. Beelzebub, I'm not exactly sure why Hinekami and Jody are going to focus this player. Spyro does go down for Team Pincer, and now things are absolutely in the favor of Beta at this point. Both hit points, caps, and guns. Beta not losing a single player so far. Erect having the double shot, he could get a kill here, but no, he's going to put both shots into Rex, so Beelzebub will go down, but now it is a 2-on-6 scenario. There's no hope for Pincer here. Unfortunately for my brethren in the clan, Game 1 is going to go to Beta after a very risky strat, not paying off there. Alright, let me do my Discord pings really quickly. It's like the game isn't really going to have any sort of action here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this time to post these. So we can look at it from Jody's perspective as he gets focused out here. Yes, Game 1 going to Beta. And here we have it. Top damage going to Rex, so with 2.8k in the Vickers. Yeah, an unfortunate game there for that TVP rush. Definitely not worth it. And it looks like they've already swapped out of the tanks, running double patents now. Alright, finishing up the Discord notifications, and then we are all good to go. Let's take a look at the lineups that we see in front of us. Going to be triple Kronvon, double Yo, 1 IS4, and a Vickers for Team Beta here. So they're actually opting to favor the Kronvon on this spawn, the south spawn. Which is rather interesting to me, considering that tank was just nerfed pretty heavily, and the meta has gotten a lot faster, I would say. Double patent this time instead of the TVPs that we saw in Game 1, which didn't really work out very well. Keeping the Quad Yo and the Kronvon the same. They just swapped the 2 mediums. Now this is a best of 3, so Pincer needs to win both of these games if they want to make it any further. We've got 10 seconds until the games count down here. And let's see if Pincer's able to bring it back. They were able to keep the hit points relatively close that game, despite being down all those tanks. So I'm confident they will be able to hold their own in this game. You know, they were definitely set back a lot by having one of their tanks completely deleted from the beginning. But game 2, we might see something different here. Looks like my music was a bit loud, so I apologize for doing that for game 1, but we have fixed it for game 2. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, you hopefully shouldn't be able to hear the music. But we're going to see a little bit more of a clash here at base B this time. But is still going to have a heavy presence at base C. Pincer not opting to put many tanks there. They do have a couple Yos to trap them, one double shot and one triple. But they've got lots of tanks over here on the A and B side, 5 of them actually. And they would be able to push Fantasy here in theory if they wanted to. Looks like Veta will be rotating Otaki back, Crown Von. Skynet's going to push past base C here. Onwar right behind him. And it looks like Pincer is going to go for the push here on Fantasy. They're going to take a couple side shots here. The IS-4 putting one in, and Hinekami is going to go all the way around. He's going to put his clip in. Both Hinekami Blueberry going to reload here. Caps is going to look towards the main Beta forces over here. Looks like Pincer is rotating their tanks back this way. Erect is now all the way alone against Skynet in a little bit of a 1 versus 1 here. Take note that Beta still has an extra capture point. Pincer hasn't grabbed a base yet, but they have picked up Fantasy. Looks like Blueberry is going to go down, though. He was sitting here isolated. He didn't really move out of the way at all. Rexo able to help push him. And now Caps is going to be pushed here by Edrak and Juan War. Reaction rotating over to take out Skynet with Erect. Skynet will go down here, but Caps may as well. Juan War is getting a little bit low himself, though. Edrak is not able to commit to the push here. And it looks like Jody's going to ignore Beelzebub in order to try to get kills there. Edrak turning around for Jody. Jody should be able to get the clear here. Skynet goes down over on the right side, and now we're back over here. Edrak going down, but it does take out Hinekami. Hit points are still relatively close here. They are in Pincer's favor for sure, though. Pincer also having 2 more tanks. Otaki looks like he's going to be the next target for Team Pincer. Spyro is going to be moving in on him. Erect is trying to hold off Beelzebub as much as he can. Looks like the Vickers and the M48 are going to have a 1v1. The M6Yo putting in an extra shot, which will be the deciding factor here. Otaki does go down, and now Pincer is in a 5-on-2 scenario here. Beelzebub's going to go down. And although Raxo does win his 1v1, it is a case of too little, too late. Pincer able to brawl this one out to a victory here. We're going to have a tiebreaker here, guys. Game 3. Pretty hype. Raxo doing the best he can to avoid Pincer as long as he can, but he is spotted. Pincer knows where he's going. Probably to that little building over there to die. Nah, he just wants to run and see if he can delay the game as long as he can. He isn't the fastest tank in this match, but it's not going to be enough to outrun 4 Pincer tanks for an entire 4 minutes. Here we'll see him make his last stand here. Pincer's grabbing both of the capture points that Beta once had. And ooh, a nice sneaky shot there. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately. Here he makes the sneaky shot. I don't think Spyro's even shooting his gun here on purpose. Maybe he's just messing around with them or something. I don't really know what was going on there. Spyro had a pretty simple shot a couple times. Didn't take it, though. Game 2 going to Pincer. It is now 1-1. Raxo doing top damage again, 4.6k. He clearly knows what he's doing. Spyro on the top for Pincer, 3.9. And here we go, guys. Game 3. Pretty exciting. This one's going to be on New Bay, which is a very strange competitive map, in my opinion. I haven't watched a ton of gameplay on it, to be honest, but I feel like this is just an awkward map in general. It's very closed off. On one side of the map, It's very difficult to get to the other side of the map. And while there is like that big giant railway in the middle that you can use, the giant road, it's still very difficult to rotate on this map effectively. And it looks like this is going to be reflected in the tank choices. We do see a couple mouse coming up for both teams here. 1 for Beta, 2 for Pincer at the moment. Looks like Beta is still making a few changes to what their lineup will be, but they do have a light tank, which is something that Pincer does lack, running quad Yos as they have done, but also taking a 113 instead of a light tank or a medium. Seems like they don't value the mobility for this map, which, you know, for all we know, that could be a completely valid thing to do. Thank you, AJ, for taking care of the spoilers in the chat. As we have 20 seconds here, it looks like the lineups are going to be finalized just about. We see an IS-7 coming from Beta. If you guys watched yesterday, you'll note that Void loved to run IS-7s in their games. It worked out decently well for them. You also see 250Bs, which is a first, I believe, for the PYS 2, at least the games that I have spectated. So we'll see how those work out for Team Beta here. Again, what is interesting to note is that Beta does have they don't have two. They have 1 light tank and 1 mouse. And Team Pincer has 2 mouse. So the mobility of the Vickers, especially combined with the 50Bs, which are fantastic for rotating and putting in that high damage, that is going to be a big advantage for Beta. But of course, this is countered by Pincer having 2 mouse. Tank is a lot harder to crack for that reason of, you know, I think it's got insane armor, it's got a lot of hit points. Here we're going to see Beta making a play for the A area, bringing their 50Bs, their Vickers all together here. Pincer's not going to find them there. They're going to head for the C base. They're most likely going to get the capture point lead. Yes, we do see that. Actually, no, all the Yos are going to be driving right through base C, not grabbing it. Looks like Spyro may keep it. Spyro is going to keep it. They don't notice anybody at B from Beta. And Beta right away going for a quick push through here. We're going to see Skynet taking the lead in his 50B. He does get spotted, but so did the mouse from Team Pincer, and both of them taking a hit right away. A few shots are being traded here. Not traded, just put straight into the mouse from Pincer. Hit points are just about even. Looks like the 50Bs are bailing. They realize that they are about to get pushed from behind here. Caps is going to try to put a shot into Skynet. He's not actually able to pop it out. He does get spotted. This is giving Beta free information here. He didn't actually put out a shot either. You see the mouse brawling in the middle here from afar. Maybe brawling's not the best word. Beta is going to take the A base finally. It's a little awkward to spectate this map, guys. I do apologize, but all the buildings in the way. Here you have one right here. Makes it very difficult to find a good lane that can kind of show everything that's going on. 50Bs have made a rotation all the way from Pincer's spawn back into their own and through the B base. This is going to give Beta the cap point advantage. Juanwar 89 is safe in that base. But are they able to defend a push from the 113 and the Yos? Well, that depends on whether or not Pincer actually is deciding to make a push here, and it doesn't look like they are right away. They note that mouse there. That's going to give Beta the information that a push is coming. Now, what will they do to react to it? It looks like they have a couple of Yos here sniping. So that if Pincer were to make a push here across the snap, which it looks like they're about to do, the Yos should have some shots, and Blueberry's going to take one, and that's just about it. Here we see the 50Bs. But Juanwar is going to take a good amount of damage there. That's 1100. He may go down potentially. He is out of there. Pincer rolling onto the capture point, but they're going to push right through it. They don't care about the base right now. They know that the 50B has unloaded most, if not all, of his shells. Edorak going down in the middle also from the mouses. I was not actually paying any attention to that main push right here. The 50Bs are likely to go down, but if we look over here, Hinekami from Team Pincer going down. Beta does have the advantage in this fight, but Beelzebub being much lower in hit points than any other tank over here. Let's look all the way back over here. Looks like Reaction may go down from Team Pincer, but the IS-7 will also fall. And Pincer is very high in terms of hit points. Jody's also doing a great job of trying to block for caps here. But now it looks like Fantasy is just going to put shots into him after all. Now this is absolutely in favor of Pincer here. They've got 2 capture points. They've got 4 times the amount of hit points. And this one's going to Pincer. They've got a full hit point Vickers. It's not going to be enough, though, unfortunately. You can see him make his last stand. He might do a similar thing where he just runs as long as he can, but it's absolutely not going to be enough. The caps are ticking. Unfortunately, Pincer not able to put the shots in. They're going to have to delay the inevitable, but they are still going to win the game here. Caps getting onto the A point. There's no hope for Beta to win this one. Next, they're trying to sneak in a shot there. That would have been pretty dirty. He's just going to run. Reaction says, please die, but no. Beta's just going to make Pincer wait this one out. Urex putting in a shot. A little bit of a trade there. I guess in the meantime, I can thank Mr. Sir Neiman for the follow, as well as Secret Clown. And then another one, Elanimo. Good to have all of you in here. Welcome to the stream. And what's up, Anson? Yeah, Rexo is going to take a few more hits here. He may still survive this game. He takes another hit. I really don't know why he wants to run, but he is running, I suppose. Fair enough. Running into a wall. Lucky that Blueberry is clipping. And yeah, the caps are about to go off here. Looks like as soon as caps rolled onto the A base, he didn't bother to move. There we go. Pincer's going to take it. Despite losing the first game convincingly through a risky strat that didn't pay off, Pincer able to come back and just outfight Beta, to be completely honest with you. They didn't risk anything. They didn't make any fancy plays. But they did have some very good rotations in this game, and especially with the Yos first pushing through to that one area between bases B and C. But when not noticing anything, they rotated back, tried to put some shots in the 50Bs, and were just able to all-around play this one much better. GG, guys. That is going to be the first set. Now, I don't know exactly which team I'm following around. I could be following Pincer, I could be following Beta. I was spectated on the Beta team, so I'm not 100% sure which one I'm going to watch next. But let's click on the tournament to see what exactly is going on here. We look at the chart. Looks like Zero and Rain have both won their games. Rain taking out, looks like they fought against Nox. Zero beating Elevate. And looks like there's a group of 3 here in this second stage. Purple already making it to the finals here. It looks like they didn't have to fight anyone to do so. Wait. No, they just beat SV a bit quicker than Pincer beat Beta. So we're going to see a Purple Pincer game, or we're going to see a Beta SV game. I'm not 100% sure which one we will watch. Primo and Void beat Metro and Panda. No surprises there. And Joker beat Cursed Chaos. No surprises there either. Okay. What time will this game be? If I click on these guys, they play against them at 8:31, so I have time to play like a game, I guess. I haven't played yet today, so this will be my very first. We run the lightweight. As I read the chat, yeah, make sure to keep spoilers out. For those of you who have already played in these games, please be mindful of the fact that there's a 5-minute stream delay. And while you guys just came out of Game 3, people are still watching Game 3. So just be mindful of that. I don't know for Royal Cuteness who says been a while, but I will say hello back. Although I don't recognize the name. It's fair enough. I am spotted here, shit. I wanted to get a shot in, I didn't have the gun depression to do so. It is noted that the enemy heavy tanks are all going this way. Mediums are isolated, but we can push them. I'll sneak a shot in here if I can. Nope. I'll probably get spotted for that. Yep. These two are gaming over there. I want to make sure that there's no one over on the other side. They're just driving through the encounter cap now. A little bit too late for that, unfortunately. I don't want to take an extra shot here, so I'm not going to go for the ram. But it looks like I'm just going to take this shot anyway, potentially. Fair enough. Whatever works. Well, let's not go directly into the fray here. We can take a more calculated route. 34 looking right at me. He bounces. A little bit of lag there. I don't know exactly what that was, but game's as good as over at this point. HE their rear? Doesn't look like it. Are they both gonna turn for me? Yeah. This guy as well. That's rather annoying. We're good though. Well done, Pincer. Yes, you my brethren. I'm trying to remain unbiased in my commentary though, as much as I do love Pincer. Don't want to be that guy. There we go. Nice game. Do I have time for another? I don't know if I'll push it. I do. Because they play at 31. So if I get in quickly... There we go. Alright. Bottom tier this time. Okay. I'm gonna go through some early spots, I think. I am a little bit scared of their Vickers, but I think I'll be okay. I don't think that I'll be shot that quickly here, and I should be able to get some opening spots off potentially. Unless they're just not going to the right. Does that make them all off? No, I just wasn't spotting within a few range. A little nervous. You know, when I don't light anything like that. There we go. Didn't react fast enough to fire. Spotted now. No, I'm not. Thought they were looking at me. Okay, inside. Yeah, for some reason I'm not spotting a whole lot here. I was very surprised that I didn't light a whole lot. I know he's down right away. That's awesome. Hey, thanks to the follow, Cebus. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream, man. What's up, Dr. Salty Pickle? Good to have you here. It's been a minute. Ooh. So Arcana's just dead. Do we push through or turn around? I don't know. Chill for now. Whoop. Okay. I sat still and the shot went very high. And Mills there. Sense there. Is 3 there as well? Wasn't paying as much attention as I could have. There's the AMX. There's the Vickers. And Scent is rotating back. Ooh, he takes a couple big ones. That's relatively helpful. Doesn't look like APCR and AP made much difference in terms of pinning that guy, so I'm going to shoot AP for more alpha damage. Looks like it went in. Feeling good about that, and I shot APCR because I saw a little bit of red. Probably didn't need to. He's down. Don't know what that guy was thinking. Let's make a play somewhere. Let's go for this IS3. He's ISO. He also doesn't seem to know he's doing very much. Where did that go? This is so sad. Because is looking. My gun's not pointing very low, which is rather annoying. Means I kind of had to stop and aim, allows him to shoot me, and of course this guy's gone for me. I run. Oh, it was IS3 who got killed? I thought it was the Vickers who got killed. Alright, I'll take it. Nice. Should be like a... I don't know. It's the lightweight does a very low bar, so it could be a first class or an ace. That's my guess. Yeah, it's an ace. Which is very surprising for most tanks, but we don't see any I guess any surprises there. Ace tanker for that. Let me first get everything set up. Looks like we will be watching Joker. Okay. Yeah, so it's just random who we're watching then. Okay. Let me get the sources set up here. You've got You've got Joker. It should be an exciting game to watch, I must say. I can't argue that. Let's get out of studio mode here. I was doing some edits. But we are all good here. Yeah, I'm surprised that we're spectating these guys. Before that, let's take a look at our game. Oop. Why not? Got an ace, 3.7. Cool. Yeah, I mean, didn't do a whole lot of killing, but I mean, as long as I just kept firing my gun, I guess it's an ace negative because it's super easy to ace this thing. Alright, let's get that trade back. Looks like Joker keeping all their tanks in the middle for some reason, don't know why. But okay. They don't want the stream to see it, I guess. But alright. And I only have 6 tanks so far. Don't know where their 7th is, but I mean, they've already played today. They beat somebody. They must have had 7 for that, right? We'll be alright. What's up, Mashy? Good to have you here, man. We did watch yesterday, and they played decently well. Although, I mean, they had dropped games, so it will be difficult to see if they're able to take the current leaders, which would be Joker right now. They won PYS 1. Beat out several good clans to do so. It looks like they're showing up now. Maybe they were all in a training room, just preparing. Yeah, they're all up here now. Looks like we're going to have another spectator as well. See, Robert. He's streaming in Spanish at the moment. If anyone would prefer to watch in Spanish, you're able to find Robert. That is a good place to do so. In terms of tank lineups, looks like will be bringing an IS-7 out. which I think is pretty interesting. As well as double Yo. They've got a Vickers, double Kron, and an IS-4. So double ISs, double Kron, and double Yo with the Vickers on top. And then from Team Joker, we're going to have a very light lineup, which I enjoy watching quite a bit. Running double M48 with a Bat Chat. So that's 2 meds and a light tank on Rockfield here, by the way, is the map. Sorry if you guys were not able to see what the map is. You can tell from the mini-map, but that's not always enough for some people to tell. We've got triple Yos. And then an E100 as an anchor. I'm interested to see where they place the E100. It's a big slow tank on a map like Rockfield. I mean, there's definitely use cases for it, I'm sure. But typically you see a lot of rotation here, a lot of mobility, and a lot of gun depression. And I don't remember exactly what value the E100 has, but that's not usually a tank that comes to mind when I think of the map Rockfield here. So curious to see what is used. Obviously, Joker knows what they're doing. So it's just a learning experience for me then, and I suppose for all of you. Got a few seconds here. The countdown begins. It's the countdown. Also noticing a Joker is running no avatars. Something very interesting. Didn't have all unified avatars. A lot of the time you'll see teams all running the same one. I guess Joker is all running the same avatar by not having one in the first place. Let's see how this game goes down. Looks like is going to be making more of a play towards the A area, with the Vickers going to spot through the middle here. Curious to see if Joker will bring anyone to try to counter this push. Both M48s are going to be there. Tunnel is going to run into them. Would not be smart for the Patents to push too far, because is able to put some shots in if they do cross. But both Joker players able to put a shot into the Vickers, as well as a couple tanks from Joker over here. It looks like maybe Jelly was able to put a shot in. And right away, Tunnel already left on 800 hit points. Also, it looks like Sharky may not have loaded into the game quite yet. Being down an entire tank. Bubba also being bled out here. Not exactly sure what has been shooting him here. It could have been Whitetails putting a clip in. It is possible. But it looks like Joker was able to get away with capturing the B base here. Guessing that was the Bat Chat. I apologize. I didn't actually put that on the camera very much. Grabbing A. And it looks like Joker will grab C. They've got all 3 of their mobile tanks at base C here. They've got only an E100 and a Yo on this side right away. They've got a second Yo, I suppose, who's able to support Whitetails rotating out of the way here. And it looks like, although spotted, the M48s will rotate over on this side over here. If it does get shot at, looks like Tunnel is going to have a few shots from his camping position. But is kind of backed into a corner here. With only an E100 and 2 Yos, Joker has completely negated the A side of the map. Yos are not able to push very effectively here without having to dig out an E100 that's already anchored in as nicely as he is. Additionally, Tunnel and Bubba both being low on hit points doesn't make things any easier, as well as RGK having taken a few shots as well. Now we see the M48s have both rotated to the right here. Assassin and Wabbit and Steel are all relatively close to each other. They have bled a few hit points, but not too bad. Both tanks are about even. Both teams are about even, I should say. But having a distinct disadvantage at the cap points here. It's going to be interesting to see how they push it with Donda and Pew Pew all the way dug in on that left-hand side. If wants to make a play for B, how are they going to do it? Looks like Whitetails, Wabbit, Steel, and Assassin are all ready to stop the B base. And here we see Bubba rolling on. Joker knows that the B base is being capped. Whitetails is rotating. Jelly is rotating, and then Yarabokakati are both going to be continuing their anchor here. Don't know exactly what Whitetails is trying to do here. Was he just not able to shoot him at first? He's going to put 2 shots in. He'll take a couple. But now K-Jelly getting the rear of Bubba Vernon. He's going to go down here. A failed attempt at taking B. Now, I don't know where the rest of MM is here. Why was no one else able to support him on this push? He did so basically alone. And now the Caps are at 980 points. Joker's just going to win this one on cap right away. Yaro's driving into A, but it's not even necessary. The Caps go down, and barely any bloodshed here. Both teams on over half of their initial hit points. Seems like MM just didn't really push enough. They sent 1 tank in to try to grab B, but did they really expect that to work against a team like Joker? I don't really know what the plan was there from MM. And yeah, Joker having no issues winning this one. A very mobile team lineup, a lot lighter than you would expect to see with the current meta, but it did prove effective here. And it looks like Sharky, did he ever load into the game at all? He is offline at the moment. I didn't end up paying a whole lot more attention after noting that he was initially AFK. Interesting plays there. Looks like MM is going to be playing this one without their 7th guy. Oh, he's back. I guess Sharky was just having some internet issues. Joker is going to be running quad Yos this time. They're not going to have that E100 anymore. Keeping double M48s, also having an IS-7 here. Looks like MM's keeping their IS-7, also adding 2 113s to the game. Triple Yo and a Crown Bond. Is that going to be triple 113? No, Tunnel switching back to a Vickers. He's going to have to play this game a lot more smart after bleeding 1,000 hit points right at the beginning of last game. I don't know what he was expecting driving into the middle of all of those tanks. You know, he knew that the enemy had a Batchet and 2 Pattons and still drove up there as risky as he did, and it did not pay off. He got the spots he wanted, but the price he paid hurt, you know. To have your only mobile tank, you know, the point of bringing a mobile tank is to have the ability to use them to control certain parts of the map. But when you're on 700 hit points as you at the beginning, then you just have to take that tank and play it really passive, and it's basically useless. Also, I forgot to change my view. That's kind of awkward. Let's see game 2 here. Will MM be able to force a game 3 scenario, or are we just going to see complete rolling here? Joker is going to be playing more heavily towards the A area. I mean, they did have a decent presence in A last game, but it was only by a couple tanks anchoring down, really. This time, MM is going full C with the Vickers spotting the A area. No one's going to be making an aggressive play at B, but the M48s from Joker are going to be playing hard into A, as well as the IS-7. That tank is extremely fast. As you can see, it's even ahead of the M48s here. Things got speed, and Tunnel is caught completely out. He's going to take 2 hits again, already bleeding half of his hit points. 2 games in a row here. Joker completely punishing Tunnel for his mistakes. He's running away. MM is going to have the cap lead here, only by a little bit, and they're down 1,000 hit points on their Vickers light tank again. These are really not looking good for the opening play here from MM. Joker will be able to push. Joker will be forced to push here, but they've shown that they are able to time and time again. That's what they're best at, is very aggressive play. They've got some of the best mechanics on any team in the game right now. That's what makes them at the top level. Their strats are solid, but it's their mechanical ability that separates them from the rest. I'm very unified over here. They do have a Yo spotting in that far bush right here, and it looks like there's going to be someone spotting over here as well. It's Papusa putting in a blind shot. Not going to do a whole lot. Bubba's also getting lit, trying to peek up on C. Now the question is, will Whitetails be able to grab the B base? Looks like he's going to go roll right onto it. Is MM going to have an answer? All of the Yos from Team Joker are looking in here. MM is bleeding a lot of hit points here. Pew Pew Double Pew trying to get some spots and bleeding half of his hit points for it. Bubba's going to make a play in the left side. It's not going to be enough, though. Whitetail's rolling right into B, and there's not a whole lot the MM could do about it here. Look at it from Whitetail's point of view. Yeah, we've got all of these tanks here from MM, but none of them really in a good position to put any shots in. Looks like a couple tanks from Joker even moving in on this left side. They know that Pew and Sharky have bled a fair amount of hit points. And Joker, of course, being up 4,000, they do have the advantage. And even though they have the cap lead, there's nothing stopping them from pushing here, really. They could bring another tank or two to where Whitetail is. It's entirely possible to just completely catch him off guard. Instead, though, it looks like they might focus more of their energy on this left side. They've got their Yokakati, they've got Steel, Star, and Kiryu all over here with Rabbit soon to follow. Assassin putting in a few shots here. He might just clip out Sharky straight up. With all of these tanks around him, Assassin's still picking up the kill. And I'm sure that MM's not very happy with this performance right now. An Assassin could go down here, but it doesn't seem like MM's able to punish. Many tanks going down, Tunnel going down, Donda going down. Joker's just completely rolling the field here. If you look at the hit points, almost everyone on Joker having an even amount of hit points together as the caps roll out. Joker doing an excellent job at bringing their hit points all the way around, you know, wherever they're needed. They're happy to share them with each other. It's very even in terms of hit points. Well, MM just got completely rolled in the brawls. Assassin doing top damage with 3.1k. That's a very quick set there. And it looks like we've got another match to go to right away. What's going on here? KS versus MM. Okay. Give me a moment here. I need to change the labels, but we're going to see another set right away here, I guess. Some quick action back-to-back. This is what you guys love, I'm sure. No problem with that. Give me just one moment to take care of those things for you. Looks like KS, which is a team I've not watched yet. Alright, things are all set. Let's get the studio mode off. Here we go, and we are on Naval Frontier. Make sure I'm ready. I am. Yeah, a very quick action here, you know. We're just kind of watching whoever we need to watch, but I'm 100% okay with this. Also, I see a comment saying to add the map name. I can do that. I'd have to change it every time, though. I'm willing to give that a shot. Give me one moment here, guys. I'm going to actually add that for y'all. Where is it, though? I don't see it here. I don't see it. For some reason, it's not showing up for me. Hold on. If I switch to in-game, and I switch back. I don't see it. What's going on there? Don't know. Sorry, doing a little bit of configuration here, but we can go over the lineup in the meantime. We've got Quad Yos from KS. We've got two IS-7s and a T-57. MM seems to be taking a page out of Joker's book. They were completely just rolled here. And they're going to run two patents as a result of that. Double Crons, double Yos, and an IS-4 to anchor here. Let's see what goes on. All right. Okay, sorry if you're going to see that. It looks awkward for a second. Did that work? See naval. Sorry that it looks like it's awkward. If I move it like this, center it. Does that look good? I hope that looks okay. Maybe move it down just a tad. I'm going to have to try to remember to change that, but I can leave it up for now. Don't know if I'll keep it, but for now, we're on naval. Also, I noticed that I've gotten a few follows while I was in the middle of commentating. I'm sorry that I'm not able to address all of them, but when I'm in the middle of the action, I can't. But thank you to See This. I think I already mentioned that one, but also Blitz Prague. Appreciate all of y'all being here. Welcome to the stream. About 20 seconds until the game starts. Doesn't look like we're going to have any lineup changes. Both KS and MM locking in their choices pretty early on here. Naval is a map where things are somewhat closed off, but it's not that difficult to rotate. And although you can't really have shots on one side of the map from another, and with that I mean like you can't have shots on C from A or A from C really, just because of the large area in the middle, there's still plenty of firing lanes and ways that you can rotate over to the middle. Of course, B being in the middle is kind of anyone's game. I would say that the A cap does have a little bit of an advantage on holding B, but it's also below it, which makes it a little bit awkward for A to defend it properly. But this is a triple cap map, so if there's any team that is able to manage 2 bases at the beginning, they're going to have a major advantage. Also, I realized that I didn't change a thing. I thought I clicked it, but I guess I didn't click it. So my bad there. A little bit of lag. Let's take to the skies here. Looks like KS is going to be making a heavy play towards the A base. The question is, will the M48s go for the spotting area in the middle? You line up where that bush is. Oftentimes you're able to catch the tanks from Team Red as they're crossing. You can do the same with the other way. MM's not going to be able to do this. Somehow Pew Pew getting spotted here. Donda putting a shot into Manny. But other than that, not a whole lot of hit points traded out here. A relatively tame opening, I would say. But Red is making a play on B right away. Does MM have an answer for this? They've got so many tanks on the C area that they may not actually be able to stop the base B in time. And KS will have the cap advantage here. As I said at the very beginning, it's very difficult for a team to handle being down an entire base. Looks like the EOs are trying to put in the shots that they can, but Sir Jordan over here with an interesting username going to try to put a couple sneaky shots in as he can. EOs will back off here as they are reloading. Bem's going to continue to push on this right side over here, and Minari kind of lagging behind. He's going to do the spotting to see if anyone comes over, and indeed he does light up both M48s. We do put shots into him. Lots of damage being done to Minari right now. If you look at the hit points, he's already down to half of his health just from these 2 M48s alone. Will they put in another shot? Doesn't look like they're going to push that aggressively. They do not know what is behind him, when in fact most of KS's tanks are in the base A here. And again, KS does have the cap advantage. RGK is going to make a push here on Minari. Minari not putting in a returning shot, even though he missed it. And T57 is there now. RGK is going to take a couple hits here. No. And he missing again. Minari not shooting here, remaining hidden. And MM needs to make a play on the B base at some point. Well, it looks like KS is very well set up to defend it, with Gotcha Hat in an aggressive position here, but it works out so well. For now, at least. What I really like about this position here from Gotcha Hat is he has supporting fire from KS's Jordan over here, but also all of these tanks in A can look this direction, as it looks like McLovin and Akaza are both doing. Papusa's going to drop into B, though. Is KS prepared to deal with this? Looks like Gentleman's not going to have any shots, but Gotcha Hat may. He does get a reset, but the cap points aren't compounding right now for KS's favor like they were, because Papusa is on the cap. Donda's going to roll up as well. Looks like we're also going to have a double Cron Bomb push here on Jordan. Well, they won't probably have enough shells to clip out the tank in one go, but they will be able to take him out most likely. Both M48s from MM are all over here. I take things back. It looks like the Yo was able to put shots into Jordan as well. He goes down. Has taken over the B base, but KS is still at 830 points here. Minari may go down to Tunnel and RGK. Manny is going to try to put shots into Tunnel. No, he's going to kill RGK instead. Put a couple shots into Tunnel, who may go down as well. Minari could survive. He does. Tunnel going down as well. KS getting the kill. They're going to be making another play at B. They're at 960 points here. If they're able to take base B back, this could spell disaster for MM. Needs to get kills here, and there's no one extremely clear that's able to be shot. Looks like they are going to be able to focus into Gotcha Hat, but the caps are still ticking right now for KS, as they do have base A here. Despite the fact that MM is all sitting in here, they need to get a kill, and it looks like Papusa's going to drop, which could give KS the win here. Will they reload in time, or will Akaza go down? Looks like game one's going to KS. An early play on B ends up being vital for them here. We look at the damage. Manny doing a great job of defending Minari in the T-57, and it paid off well. Somehow both M48s not able to do a whole lot of that push. RJK doing near the bottom of the damage, although to be fair, MM's damage was all reasonably close to each other. Only 1,000 difference between the top and the bottom. But still, I'm sure that must be very disappointing for MM. You're going to see game number 2 here. KS being up 1-0. All they need to do is win this one game. It is a best of 3. It's like lineups are going to slightly change for MM. They're not going to be taking double M48 like they did. It didn't really work out well for them. Thank you for the follow, Judy Price. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, double M48 not working out for MM. They're going to reduce it to 1. I do think it is good to have a mobility tank here. But then again, KS didn't really need it. Didn't really seem necessary there. They're going to run Quadios. We're going to see Quadios on both teams here. And a Kron and an IS-4. So the difference is that KS has an IS-7, MM has a M48 Patton. Alright, let's make sure that we remember to switch it this time. Hey, much appreciated, Jiddu. Welcome to the stream. What's up, Milan? It is good to have all of y'all in here. Maybe messing around in chat. Uh-oh, my game kind of lagged out there a little bit. A little scary. Yes, is going to be making more of a play towards the central area and the C base. Looks like MM is going to be making a play for A here. Looks like this could be dictated by the spawn potentially, as both times we see the north spawn going for A and the south going for C. Looks like KS is going to be taking a much more aggressive play into C than MM did initially, though. I appreciate the follow, Daft Killer. Good to have you in here. Looks like RGK is going to take some initial hits, 2 of them in fact. Gotcha Hat and Akaza both putting shells in. RGK did get the reset, but it's not going to be enough though. MM is going to have to fight back from the cap disadvantage again. However, this time, there is no capture on base B here. MM didn't decide to go for it, which in all reality, AS has set up a pretty good defense for it. Tunnel's going to be taking a very aggressive position here though. He's going to be pushing all the way up with his triple shot Yo. Inari may be trying to put a couple shots in here. Donda going to drop down, so will Papusa. Papusa may be making a play for B here, and the Yo's role here is to push back KS so that they're not able to get the reset that they were hoping to do. Gotcha Hat now being spotted. Tunnel's going to have to make a little bit of a backup here. Kaza trying to put his shots in from far. He's not spotted. No, I take it back. He is spotted. And now the Yo's all rotating over here in the IS-7 as well. MM's going to have to respond to this counter push from KS. This is massive. And it looks like Bubba and Sharky are not anywhere close. McLovin's going to take a lot of damage. We're going to see a huge brawl here. Right now, KS is down on the hit points. But McLovin being the lowest tank in this battle here, he's still going to push forward. I feel like it would be smarter for him to just back up here. Let Manny take his shots. Looks like Manny is going to try for the blocks here. Tunnel's going to go around the rear, see if he can pick off McLovin that way, but Gentleman's going to put an entire clip in. Now Tunnel's deciding not to do this. Gotcha Hat getting low now. MM is out fighting here. Although hit points are still close to even. MM is up by about 1,500. Things are just changing time and time again. Tunnel does go down. Looks like Pew Pew also went down. He pushed a little bit too far. Down goes Gentleman, though. McLovin finally falling. Manny may fall as well here. Sharky going to put in another shot. It's not going to take him out. Bubba's going to have to reload here. Hit points are still relatively even. There's no danger of winning on cap here. RGK kind of fighting all the way up alone. It's a 4-on-4 scenario. Make that a 4-on-3 as RGK picks up the kill. And it looks like Jordan may go for a little bit of an assassination play here on RGK. Looks like he is spotted, but will RGK notice? Yes, he's actually making an excellent play here using this rock as cover. Almost falling down, and in fact he is going low enough to fall down here. Akaza trying to make a play on Papusa as well as Minari, but Minari first going down. Akaza's going to have to reload. And now Jordan is going to be the one to make a play here on Papusa. I don't think he'll be able to pick up the kill though. And after lots of contention here, it seems that MM is going to come out with a victory on B base. However, will it be enough to secure them the game? They are losing on hit points. 2 full hit point Yos from Team KS. MM does have the gun advantage, as well as mobility from RGK, and Jordan missing his first shot. MM's going to have to play from slightly down on hit points, but the difference isn't that massive, to be completely honest. It's just a shot. MM is up on the capture points, and KS does have to make a play on to B here. But it looks like Sharky and Jordan are going to have a little bit of a brawl here, and RGK is able to just farm from the rear. Having that extra gun in the game is absolutely massive right now. And a little 2-on-1 was a little bit ambitious for Jordan. He decides to drop down, and it wasn't enough. Now Akaza is alone against 3, and this game is absolutely going to MM here. Looks like we see the caps go off before the battle ends in killing everybody. And here we have another tiebreaker game. KS, although having a very strong start, game 1, picking the B cap early. Game 2 going to MM here. We're going to see another tiebreaker. RGK doing top of the damage in the pattern, showing that mobility is in fact important to have here. Excellent game 2 there from MM, and I'm sure they're very happy with that performance. We may have 5 Yos here now, guys. And let's change what the map is. Looks like we are going to see the tiebreaker being New Bay. I'm going to have to center that. It's snapping. I don't like this. Maybe if I do that, it'll be good enough. I don't like how this looks, to be completely honest with you. You guys all know it's New Bay. I'm just going to turn it off. I don't think it looks good. Was not prepared to have it. But here we are, guys. New Bay, Game 3. And a much heavier lineup as we had seen in the very first set that we watched. As soon as the tiebreaker went to New Bay, we saw a lot heavier lineups. We're seeing super heavies right away with KS running an E100 and potentially a VK72, which is not something that you see very commonly. And MM also bringing a super heavy in the form of the E100. Okay, looks like we're going to get rid of that tank. But 4202's coming out for KS, looking at some very unconventional strats here. I am excited to see how this one plays out. An E50M from MM is also the first time we've seen that tonight. But of course their lineup is dominated by 4 Yos, as we are accustomed to see only 2 of them for KS. With the whole Yo meta going on, is it a disadvantage for them just to not have very many Yos? This remains to be seen. But a couple unconventional tanks on both teams here. Excited to see how this one plays out. Remember, guys, the winner of this goes on to the Grand Finals, which I'm not sure which Grand Finals we're going to watch because our teams seem to keep jumping around and around, but who knows. In Game 3, the loser is completely eliminated from the tournament, to the best of my knowledge. Thanks to the follow, Leg Window. It's good to have you. I like your username. Here we go, game 3. And again, guys, I said this last time, but it will be a little bit difficult for me to get the right camera angles on this map, because if I'm over here watching a brawl on this A side and something happens over this area, I can't just zoom in and look because of all these buildings in the way. So I will do my best. I do apologize though, my camera work is something that I'm still improving upon, as it's not something I have a ton of practice with, but I will do my best. Yeah, especially given the recent control changes that still sometimes mess me up. Looks like KS will be making a quick play into C, though both 4-2-2s grabbing it. In the meantime, the Kronvons are going to try to anchor down the rails on A. Kronvon is a great tank to do that, and we also have some very aggressive Yos in the ramp here for KS. Now this is a fantastic opening position to take, in my opinion, in pub games. Will it work in MM's favor, though, to have all of KS's tanks split up? Both 4-2-2s are going to be here sniping through the middle rail, but they're not going to have the easiest of shots here. The Kronvons being isolated. Looks like MM is just going to completely YOLO them. Those tanks do have a scary initial clip to put out, but after that, their DPM is the worst in tier. And although MM does suffer some heavy losses from hit points, they are going to take out 2 tanks rather quickly. However, KS is going to respond with double Yos. Coming right back, the firing squad killing out Pew Pew, and Thunder being left on a sliver of his hit points. KS is advantageous here in terms of hit points. Tunnel also going down in the E100. I'm guessing that happened over here. I was not paying attention to that area of the field, I apologize. Minari may be the next tank to fall, but Akaza doing a good job of blocking Donda, and a big shot into Donda from Gotcha Hat. Akaza starting to put his clip in as well. Bubba Vernon kind of caught lacking over here. Minari does go down, but it's going to be a little bit too late for MM. They're starting to suffer. Even though there's 1,000 hit point difference, that is absolutely massive. Somehow Gotcha Hat's HE not killing Thunder, leaving him on only 130 health, only did about 200 damage, which is a lot less than we'd expect. Thunder may be able to help get the kill here because of it. He puts in a shot. We'll see if he's able to use his clip, his remaining shells in the clip at any sort of effect. Donda does go down, but now MM has turned things around. They do have the hit point advantage in this 3v3 scenario. RGK having lots of hit points. He needs to be shooting Akaza here, though. I don't know why he's trying to look at the 4-2-0-2. Manny is able to get the kill here. Hit points are still relatively even, but now KS has the extra gun. It's 4-2-0-2s against Patton and Yo. Will the 4-2-0-2s elect to use hash shells here to try to get quicker kills? Looks like the 4-2-2s changing their targets from RGK into Papusa, man, and Papusa unfortunately not having much of a clip. He's going to go down, and RGK's left in a 1 versus 2 here, where Manny has many more hit points than does RGK. RGK getting the kill here, and it all comes down to this last brawl. Will RGK be able to pull it off here? He is a 2-shot to Manny here. Manny may elect to shoot a Hesh shell just to see if, one, he could get the kill, but if not, he'll bring him down to a 1-shot with AP anyway. This is almost as close as it can get, although RGK does have the hit point disadvantage here. How will he play this battle? He knows where Manny is. Manny knows where RGK is, most likely. I mean, RGK could have in theory run. Manny doesn't know that for sure, but he's going to make the complete pullout here, not realizing that Manny was still behind that rock. Not the rock, the billboard, but RGK is low. Manny's going to shoot a Hesh shell, and it gets the kill just barely. RGK almost able to back out of there, and that could have changed things massively for that 1v1, which is in Manny's favor from the start. Thankfully, he's able to close that one out. Thankfully for KS, at least, as they advance into the grand finals. MM, unfortunately, have been eliminated from PYS 2. But a very hard-fought battle down to the last tank. I'm sure they can feel good with themselves for that performance, at least. Pusa leading the damage with 4.2k, but Manny, the man who clutched it out for KS, leading the damage with KS, and also having 4 kills there, a fantastic showing for him. He did a great job. And that's going to be the set. I don't know when our next one is. Do we have another one to accept? Right away we do. Somehow I missed it. It's already 1-1. I'm confused here. I don't know if I'm supposed to get an invite to this or not. I'm 100% confused. I mean, I guess we'll sit here, but there's no way I could have gotten into that game. I was watching the other one. It feels bad. That was weird. Okay. Wargaming is messing with me now, huh? This ain't it. Well, I guess we'll see what happens here. Pincer versus Beta. Looks like they must have lost to purple, unfortunately for them. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on here. And I also have no idea which set I'm going to watch next. So in the meantime, reading chat. You guys are still at the very beginning of the game. Looks like reaction already exiting. Things might not be looking good for Pincer here. Yikers. I mean, unfortunately I just can't watch the game because I was watching another finals, but it looks like this one was close as well, which is exciting to see. It's always fun to have close sets. Yeah, no idea why I got invites to both. Okay, looks like that one is over. And now we just wait for grands, I guess. If I look at what's going on here. No, that's not what I want to see. Oh, we got another invite. We're watching Purple Pincer. All right, let's watch this one, I guess. This is going to be the run back. Looks like Pincer did win that set, then I was going to look for it. So allow me to change these names around. Purple Pincer. Here we go. Cool. And this is going to be fought on New Bay. The entire first two games instead of just a tiebreaker. So I guess we'll get to see a little bit more of this map. We've already seen 2 tiebreakers on it. But now let's see what happens when both teams get to experience either spawn. Real quickly though, before we watch this, I want to see what the rest of the chart is looking like. Rain will play the winner of Zero and Elevate. Not really a surprise there. Primo plays the winner of Metro and Void, which it looks like Metro beat out Void 2-1, so it's going to be Metro versus Primo here. Joker will be playing against KS, as we have already established. Alright, let's get back into the room. And also, I hope that Pincer, or that Purple doesn't throw any suspicions that I'm going to be giving information out to Pincer. There's no way I can really do that, but what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to join a random voice channel, and you guys should be able to see it if I join one. Yeah, so you can see right here my overlay that I am in a voice chat on my own. This is my overlay. I am not in any voice with Pincer. They can't hear me. Not that this would be very useful for them anyway. I'm just calling things out from the sky. But yeah, there's no fancy things going on here. No accusations will be thrown. Also, welcome to stream. A lot of you guys are new in here. DJSI, Alfar. Damn, Alfar going off on NA. You got 2 minutes. I guess we can take a look at the lineups here. You're seeing a couple mouse from Pincer. And instead of running the super heavies that we normally see on New Bay, Purple opting just for a VK90 here, which is an interesting one. The VK90 is not really a super heavy. I mean, it's a German box heavy, which I guess could put it in that category, but it's a little bit quicker and it's got a better gun. Still seeing lots of Yos across the board, thanks to the follow. STR82. We got triple Yo from Purple, quad from Pincer. Got a 113 as well for Pincer, so quad Yo, a 113 and 2 mouse to anchor down. I guess we can switch over to this screen again. Purple gonna run triple Yo, double Cron, an IS-7 and a VK90. No light tanks, no medium tanks to be seen here on New Bay. Looks like my invites have been bugged. I want to see if I got other ones. Yeah, I think I mean, I've only gotten these 5 invites. I had the 4, and then the 5th one was this. But yeah, things are a little bit wacky. I really don't know how to explain it. But we're on New Bay, guys. That mini-map, as you guys can see, doesn't show what the map name is, but I can't really show it very reliably because the text has variable length, and I wouldn't really be able to send it very well. All right, let's see how this one goes, guys. 25 seconds left. Yeah, this is pretty big right here. Purple is placing 4th on the last PYS. And if Pincer wants a spot in top 4, which they're definitely into contention for, they're definitely going to need to win this one here. This is massive for Pincer, as they are fighting for a spot in the tight 4 that, for the top 4 that Purple already has at the moment. And here we go. This is game 1. I'm just deafen myself, I guess. You guys can see, though, I am in this voice chat by myself, not relaying any info. No bias here, guys. I am a Pincer member, but I will commentate unbiased. And here we go. Let's see what strategies will be run here. Pincer is going to be potentially making a play towards the C base. I think that's what's going on here. If you take a look down this alley, yeah, they definitely are. Thanks to the follow. I love your username, and I'm not going to say it out loud, but it is great. Purple's going to be making more of an A push here. This makes sense given the fact that they have double Kronvon, and as we saw last game, it does make a decent anchor here, although did try to take advantage by pushing the double crons. Like, it anchors out rather nicely. Pincer is going to have the cap advantage, taking C, and they have all of their tanks there. Looks like the Yos are going to be mostly all centered in that area, in that corner, with the mouse anchoring behind, waiting to see what gets spotted. They have to completely react here. Somehow Hinekami getting spotted. I'm not sure by what. Okay, never mind. It was by Unique. I just turned my camera a little bit. And the Ranger bringing up the rear. And now the Kronvons from Purple are rotating all the way back around. Curious to see what has gone on here. They're probably going to try to grab the B base. Will Pincer be able to stop it? It's unclear. But the Kronvons should be able to get into B relatively safely. I'm running into a building. Sorry guys, my camera work not the best, especially on a map like this where everything is just blocking vision. It's very difficult for me to get around here. TMA has been spotted, as is Max from Pincer. A shot does go in, it's an HE one. The very first shot landed this game, although the second one quickly going into just a reaction. These are even right now, although Hinekami does take another shot here. This one's an HE. Pincer is up on the points, but Purple is going to try to make a step into B at some point. They have 3 tanks over there to do so. MM, of course, had struggled with this issue as well. I believe was AS. Did they rotate around? No. I'm thinking of a different set. Never mind. Forget everything that I just mentioned. Ahaha. Here we see Purple has several tanks lined up on this little firing lane when Pincer wanted to try to push in to take B, or to reset B rather. These Yos would have had shots through that lane, although unfortunately for Pincer, Purple is able to take the base without any issues. Now the double mouse are trying to make a play here onto N13. Spyro also going in, but 707 and Unique are able to stop this. Jody and Hinekami both taking lots of shots here. Will N13 be taken down here? Looks like Jody's kind of blocking shots from Spyro. Spyro does take a couple in return. This push here doesn't seem extremely convincing here. Jody looks like he's just going to go down. Hinekami going all the way up here. I don't really know what he's planning on doing. Will he have the gun depression to even shoot N13? It's not entirely clear. What's going on? Jody just kind of drove out to his death. Cat points are very much ticking in favor of Purple still. Now Pincer down on tank. Actually, take that back. Unique does go down. Hinekami trying to block Darktronics as best he can. We're going to see a little bit of a 2v1 here as Ranger and Reaction are going to have a fight with the Vex. Verstappen pulling in here. Spyro will go down, though. Inakami's still messing around with Darktronics for some reason, but Caps is the next tank to fall. TMA, PYS Warrior are going to put many shells into him. 707 maybe the next to do so. N13, which was the initial target for Pinsir, still alive. 3 tanks from Pinsir are all on, I believe that was Ranger over there, and they've taken him out, but at what cost? TMA is going to take a few hits here, but was Pinsir a little bit too heavy-handed in committing resources towards killing that VK90? It's entirely possible here. It's a 3-on-5 scenario. Purple is destroying on the hit points and on the caps. Another tank goes down from Team Pinsir. They put way too many tanks into killing that VK90, who really wasn't doing a whole lot for Purple, as the main focus was over on this area. And that's not even to mention the failed push that the Mouse has had in trying to kill N13, who still remains alive. And Max Verstappen, although picking off a kill, just doesn't have enough gas left in the tank to secure this victory. Putting in a final HE shot. Or was that AP? I couldn't really tell. But he's going to go down here. Darktronics going to put his clip in, and the Crown Von soon to kill. And here we go. Game 1 going to Purple. This is only a best of 3 here. So Purple only needs one more victory to secure the win for the set here. Darktronics on top with 4.8k damage. That is a ton. Excellent game from him right here, leading Purple to that victory. And yeah, I don't think that push from the Pinsir Mouse was very effective there. Not only did they not kill their target, but one of them was also blocking shots for Caps, who was running in a Yo, trying to put some extra shots in. Let's see how game 2 changes here. Pinsir will take the south spawn now. And they're going to have one Mouse still, dropping the second in favor of an IS-7. And now we see double 4202s coming out from Purple. Just like we saw a bit ago with KS bringing 2 4202s. We saw it was effective for KS. They somehow were able to win it. I really don't know exactly what they were used for as opposed to what an M48 would do, but it clearly worked for them. Curious to see what happens with Purple, as the strat does echo exactly what we just saw. An E100 as well, double Krons, double Yos. Is this the same exact lineup that we just saw? I also forgot to change to the screen. I apologize. It's not like it's super important to have, but you know, I made it. I might as well show it off, right? Dang. We've got 20 seconds until this game. Now, this is all or nothing here for Pinsir. And this is just to make it to a tiebreaker. If Pinsir loses this game, they're out. I don't know if they go to the day 3 games or not. They may have both secured a spot. I'm not entirely clear on this one. Here we go. Game number 2. Quad Yos again from Team Pinsir. Running a Kron, an IS-7, and a Mouse as support. And again, the KS lineup here for Team Purple. Double 4202s being the most notable part of the lineup. In addition to double Kron. Double Yo, of course, and an E100 to anchor. Now, the Kron Vons are going to a similar spot that they did. The 4202s capping C as they did. Things are looking extremely similar here. Pinsir also doing something similar, guys. Are we living in a simulation? Have we found a glitch? Is history repeating itself? What's going on here? Not entirely sure. The Yos again taking this aggressive ramp position. What the fuck is going on here, guys? We literally have already seen this game. We found a glitch in the simulation. We're living in an alternate reality. Purple grabbing base C and then sniping with the 4022s. The same exact thing is happening. Pinsir pushing over to kill these Kronvons. Will Purple handle it any better? Unique is going down. PYS is rotating all the way over to this side, which is interesting. Looks like Pinsir's push is a lot more effective than MM's was. They are above above purple a little bit in terms of hit points. They haven't completely bled out yet. PYS doing an excellent job of kiting, though. That's a really good route for him to take. TMA going to take a couple shots instead here. Jody pushing in with the mouse. What is this 4202 doing over here? Ranger, maybe not so much, but Nasir, N13, getting a great kill on Hinakami. Blueberry maybe won't get the kill on Kronvon here. The fire not quite going long enough. And Blueberry may be able to get the kill here, but at the cost of maybe taking another shot. In the meantime, Darktronics getting a kill on Spyro, but 707 also going down, and Ranger is still farming here in the 4202. He's getting rear shots on caps. If we take a look at the shot there, 423, that's a massive Hess shell. Jody may secure the kill here on TMA, but Ranger getting the kill on caps, that's a massive play there. And this other 4202 gonna have a rear shot on reaction who will go down quickly afterwards. This is showing the strength of the 4202s here when left unchecked, able to secure all of those Hess shells. However, Nasir does go down. Max getting a good couple shots, and it is a 2-on-3 now. Purple is down a tank here, and the hit points. They do have the cap lead. Max Verstappen maybe putting a push here. Blueberry's going to need to put in some shots, though. Darktronics is on very high hit points, and he bounces one. That means Max is going to have to put in more than one clip in order to get the kill here. He misses the shot. That's absolutely massive there. Ranger is going to most likely win this 1v1 against Jody, and Darktronics doing an excellent job of stalling as long as he can here. He could potentially get the kill on Blueberry if Blueberry does decide to peek. Is Pincer throwing this game? Jody may not be able to get another shot in here. He does seem to be completely out of repairs. Blueberry's going to do his best to put a shot in here. Now, will Verstappen be able to get the kill? Looks like he's going to have to put yet another clip in. Darktronics going to put another massive clip in. Ranger probably won't be able to help out a whole lot here against this Yo. Looks like Max is being conscious of this. He's backing up as best he can. Ranger trying to put in the Hess shell, but it's not enough. Max will pick up the kill here. Looks like game 2 may go to Pincer, and we'll see yet another tiebreaker. Max making an awkward little drop here, potentially. Don't know exactly what's going on. Is he stuck? Pincer does need to get a base here. Otherwise, Purple can just run away with it. Ranger is definitely much faster than the Yos that we see. Pincer knows where he is, though, and Blueberry going to try to sneak a shot, and does he have the gun depression to do so? Doesn't look like it. Has Max gotten out of his little hole here? He has. Ranger could put a shot in. Ooh, a massive Hess shell. And Verstappen clipping here. Will he be able to get... He misses the shot! Oh my goodness. He's going to have to hit this one here at least. Now fall back. Okay. He was able to get the kill. I didn't know that he was only on 400. It looked like he could maybe take one. Max almost throwing that little encounter there. But Pincer able to step up. Max on top of the damage. We're going to see another tiebreaker here, everybody. Game 3, Purple Pincer. This is a very important game for both teams here. Purple to secure their position. I don't know exactly what the point payout is for day 2. But of course, Purple and Pincer are two of the biggest teams that are fighting for that 4th spot in the top 4 that is currently being dominated by Joker, Rain, and Pramo, of course. Clear top 3 tanks. Clear top 3 teams in the North American meta, that is. And here we have the lineups a little bit zoomed in for you here. Good at streaming, by the way. Hey, I appreciate that, Chipotle. I'm doing my best, man. I'm a little bit rusty. Yesterday was a good warm-up, but your kind words do mean a lot to me. I appreciate that, Chipotle. What's up, Manny? Good to have you in here. Well played against MM. Sorry I'm not able to read the chat super well. Kevin, hey. Lots of new people in here. This is awesome to see all of you. Let's look at our lineups here. We are on Wintermal, which is a very open map. I love to see games on a map like this. This is extremely rotation heavy. We're going to see a late tank on either team. Reaction for Team Pincer. Ranger for Team Purple. Could even see an M48 or 2. Maybe? No? Purple's changing their tanks. We see quad Yos at the moment. No, he's going to run into an IS-7. So triple Yo, IS-7, Kron, Mouse with the Vickers on top. Pincer's going to have triple Yo, double Kron, and a 113 DPM. Will it be effective in this game? That remains to be seen. Let's get ready for game number 3. KS and purple sharing strats. Dude, that was like a simulation. Things did end up different, though. I found that hilarious. Okay. Game number 3, Purple Pincer. Huge, huge. A little lag here. I believe both teams will make it to tomorrow. I'm just not sure if there's a difference there in terms of seeding potentially. But looks like Purple is going to be making a play towards C, as is Pincer. We might see a full brawl here. Both light tanks are making plays on the A area. We're seeing blind shots. Ranger does get spotted. Reaction, not so. Very interesting here. This is some info for Pincer. The question is, will they react accordingly and not push here as effective? Lots of tanks being spotted. A shot goes in, the first of the game. But we're going to see a big brawl here. Looks like TMA is going to try to put a few shots in. But Purple's taking the corner here much more aggressively than Pincer has. Are they going to be able to fight their way out of it? Hinakami taking a couple big hits here. He's getting clipped out right away. Will Pincer react accordingly? The Kronvon's super far behind here. Although Reaction has won the A cap, everyone on Purple's team is all the way in now. Hit points in huge favor of Purple. About 2,000 hit points difference. Hinakami being much lower than anyone else. Jody and Blueberry trying to block as best they can. 707 going to shoot Jody instead of Hinakami, who does go down shortly after. Now this brawl does seem to be won by Purple at the moment. Jody also going down. That's a 2-tank advantage for Purple. 3,000 hit point difference. Blueberry goes down. Things are completely in shambles for Pincer here, who were looking so good after that last game. It is 6 tanks on 3. This is a very quick defeat for Pincer. Max Verstappen missing the kill on 707. That's going to hurt. Spending that entire 900 damage clip just to kill a 37 hit point IS-4. This game is entirely won for Team Purple here. A complete steamroll. And I think all that it took was the initial push here on this corner. Pincer just wasn't really fully committed. And a very quick defeat. This game is only just over 2 minutes long here. And already being taken by Purple, who are going to win the series for day 2 of PYS number 2. Such a fast game. Wow. Absolute fireworks on the battlefield here. Unfortunate game for Pincer where no one did above 1,500 damage. In fact, if you look at the damage spread, almost everybody on Purple's team outdamaged every single player on Team Pincer. Only Max Verstappen did more than 707, but other than that, Purple completely rolled the battlefield there. Very unfortunate game for Pincer, who had fought so hard to bring it back to a tiebreaker. Not the result that they wanted here. And that's the end of that game. Am I able to slide into any other finals? That would be pretty funny if I was able to just do that. Yikes, guys. A quick game. Not the result that we wanted to see. We wanted to see a much closer battle. And I guess I should be more specific when I say result. It's more fun to watch these intense battles than a quick 2-minute brawl. Purple completely destroying the board there. We can take a look at the rest of the tournament here. See who else has won their sets. Zero still playing against Rain. Okay, for a second I saw Zero on top and I was like, holy shit, what happened here? Primo Metro, is this set over? 2-0. Primo taking it here. And then Joker most likely beating KS 2-0. Yeah. Joker not having dropped in a game yet in this PYS. Has Primo dropped a game? No, they haven't either. They're doing an excellent job thus far. Purple, of course, we did watch drop 1 game. Also lost a set yesterday, it looks like. And then has Rain dropped a game? They dropped 1 against Zero earlier. Could things be closer here? Not entirely clear. Hey, MJ. Welcome to the stream. And Bra, thank you for the follow. I got a bunch of follows that game, and I was not able to read them. Gentleman, Bra, Mr. Balls. Appreciate all of you guys for showing up. Lots of new people in here. Appreciate y'all's support. I think we'll wait it out just to see who wins this set right here. And then after that, we're probably going to be ready to conclude here. I just do want to see who's finishing this one on up. Let's check again. Nothing here. 34 commentating over Droodle's commentating. Hey, appreciate it, MJ. Very kind. It is good to have y'all in here. Lots of mods showing up as well. Mercury, Chariot, AJ. I appreciate all of you guys helping me out as I'm not able to read chat. Thank you guys. Things changed? Still no. This could be a game 3 then. This has got to be a game 3, right? There's no way a 2-0 would be taking this long. Yeah, still not able to accept any other rooms. It would be funny if we could sneak our way into one of those. We continue to wait, I guess. In the meantime, again, for those of you who haven't seen the new tank models, I can pull them up. IS-7, I think, is my favorite. Look at this thing. Especially like the Steam camo, and I think the Steam camo just looks absolutely insane. E100 looks okay. I have a pretty crappy camo on it, to be honest. I need to change it, but I just don't play this tank. And then the Shark, which I think was the most underwhelming of the 3. It doesn't look shiny or anything. It just looks as dull as it did beforehand. Do we have... Fine, still no. The rest of them are done. Not these ones. What's up, gentlemen? So yeah, top 8 looking like it's going to be 0 range. So it's all the teams that we expected to see. Actually, minus MM. We did expect to see MM. They were the 5th place team heading into this PYS, I believe. So it is a bit of an upset that KS was able to take them out. So good job again. We got to watch that set. That was fun to watch for sure, coming down to the last tank. So Krama Metro, Joker, KS, Purple Pincer, Rain, and then 0 going to be taking it. Did Rain win? 0 getting the upset on Rain? Holy shit. Y'all. Wow. I am floored here. That's it. 0 has beat Rain in a 2-1 victory. Amazing. Thanks for the follow to McFlay and to... Sorry, who was that? OMFG Pickle. Appreciate both of y'all. Good to have everyone in here. This is nuts. This is nuts. Guys, we've got a fair amount of upsets, even though, of course, both teams do make it to tomorrow. If I recheck, will it show 3rd stage? No, it'll do it after teams are drawn. But that's a big upset there. Holy cow. That's it, though, guys. That is the tournament. I hope that you guys did enjoy. I'd like to raid someone right now. But I don't see anyone playing Blitz in English. I don't really know what to do. It's a little awkward. Oh, that was me playing that audio. Apologize if that jump scared anyone. We can give them a raid, I suppose. They're using my old overlay, which is pretty funny. Yeah, let's do it. Let's raid this new streamer. It looks like their name is Faceless Cat 04. I'll give them a raid here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. It was a great tournament today. Definitely felt a lot more exciting to watch today than yesterday, especially with that one game going down to the wire. But yeah, that's about it for me. I appreciate all you guys being here. It's awesome to see all of your faces out here. And I will catch you hopefully tomorrow with the finals. Again, guys, I had a little bit of a weird thing go on where I wasn't told what games I would play today, and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to spectate them today at all, to be honest with you. Thankfully I was, and we got to see some awesome games. But that is it for me, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. And as always, stay safe and happy tanking.